Hey again, this is Dr. Michael Ming from Income to MD. This is session 3, Attracting New Customers. This is our ongoing series, Side Business Success. And if you've missed any of the previous training, just feel free to go to our website, income.md, and you should see it right there available. And this session is probably one of my favorite sessions because we're going to be talking about how to create marketing magnets for your side business, how to attract more uh, business online, and changing those suspects into prospects and then buyers for your product or service. And it really is, when we talk about, so we're going to be talking about these marketing lead magnets, is really the cornerstone of your business. I remember when I first got started with my own business online, it was actually soon after residency back in the mid 90s. And this shows you how long it's been. This is when you can actually submit a website. And any of you who have been on the internet very longer remember when Yahoo was really, the predecessor in terms of Google, and they had what was called a Yahoo directory. And you could actually submit your website to the Yahoo directory. And it was so new that I remember someone at Yahoo actually thanked me for submitting a website. That doesn't happen anymore. And some people think when they start a business, an ongoing, a new entrepreneur, that that if they build it, it will come. Remember that movie, Field of Dreams? Just launch a website and a flood of customers will come. Knocking at your door. Well, obviously that's not the what's going on these days, right? In the real world, I remember just the other day I was looking for a probate attorney to do some documents for us for our family, and I googled what I was looking for, uh, and the actual attorney that we actually decided to go with. I got down the information that he needed, and then got busy, and later came back, and I couldn't remember what the website was. I was on a different computer, so I couldn't check my browsing history, and I spent 15 minutes trying to figure out which attorney that I was interested in because I didn't write down the information. And that's like most people who search on the internet. They say it takes an average of 3 seconds to actually determine if someone's going to ask for more information or going to look up more content that you're going on. And nobody's going to remember names of websites or people and such. You may not even know how you've gotten into this video. And where it really comes down to is the only way that you're actually going to be letting people know more about your side business is to give them something that allow you to connect with them at a later time. And that's the purpose of forming a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is just a simple way of providing some type of uh, content or information that the the prospect or the lead is going to uh, take in, that you're going to be sending them, and you're going to be having an availability to you some point of contact information. Uh, Generally, it starts off with an email address, but it could be a phone number, uh, maybe their cell phone or way that you can text them, physical address, what have you. The number one thing, Joe, is generally an email address. And so almost every website that I know of, you know, especially in when you're selling information or providing content or information, has some type of way that they can put your stuff in front of the prospect at a later time. And this is usually in the case of giving something for free on their website, where you give the lead gives an email address, their name and email address, and then you send them. That allows you to be in their list or their email database, that you contact them at a later time, saying, "Hey, remember me? Remember that really good checklist I gave you on how to do X, Y, and Z? Well, here's just want to let you know we're here. If you need any information or need any help, give us a call or connect with us through our website." And that really allows you to give away your best stuff. So, how most businesses get it wrong. Usually, now I've worked with, doctors and dentists around the country, helping them to get more patients online, one of our companies, and especially when we worked with doctors, they get it wrong, and often it's because they don't know where the prospect is in the buying cycle. So let me give you an example. So we had a cosmetic surgeon, and he wanted to sell his liposuction procedures. He wanted to attract more patients to perform this liposuction. And he said, well, one of the ways you need to do is create a lead magnet. So to create something of information that they can find out more about the what what is what you have available and why should they want to go with you. And so what he came up with was, okay, well, I'll put together one of the most commonly asked questions about liposuction, and it talks about, he basically started out with an ebook that was basically what is liposuction, pros and cons on there. And although that sounds like that's something smart, that's something that you should do, right? But when it comes down to it, oftentimes people who are looking for information on liposuction already place further down what's known as the buying cycle. They've already decided that they are already interested in liposuction. Now, what they're deciding is, why should I go with you instead of someone else? The same thing that I had when I was looking for a probate attorney to do wills. Okay, so what I want to know is, they're not. I don't need the information to tell me why will is important. Basically, why should I go with you versus someone else? So that's two different distinctions that you need to be aware of. It really comes down to where they are in the buying cycle. So instead of having an ebook saying, what are the pros and cons of liposuction, instead have something saying, here are the 7 things you must know before choosing a cosmetic surgeon to perform liposuction. So you see the difference. They are already, the people who want to go to their website already are committed. They already want to know, they already know all about the liposuction. They just want to know why they should choose you versus Dr. Y or Dr. Z, right? So this is an example of the buying cycle. And this is a slide that I think really illustrates, where it is. And if you notice, it's kind of like a funnel, because that's how most, and again, a marketing term, but it really kind of helps you visualize where they're coming in. At the top, people don't know anything about you, and then they find you through an ad, maybe through a Facebook ad or a banner ad, or maybe they read an article about you. Then as they get later down in it, they're more interested, and that's really turning what they call suspects into prospects, into actual buyers. They go from unawareness to interest is established, they acknowledge that they have a problem, and then looking for solutions. And at the right-hand side are what we call those lead magnets. So here they call them engagement tools. And it really can help you decide, what are the best ways that you can provide information. So when you're creating lead magnets, some people think, well, it is an article lead magnet. Yes, you're giving them information, but unless the prospect is actually giving them some way that you contact them, I really don't think, that has to be something very, very general. And then when they come to your website, let's say you submitted an article to a big blog or some type of social media platform out there. Perhaps it's a magazine that you've written for. Then if they want to find out more information, they can go down there, and then you're going to give them lead magnets, guides, or information they can really understand. Hey, this guy really knows what he's talking about. So I'll give you some examples. Here are some great examples of educational lead magnets. And if you notice, most of these are something that you don't have to outsource it or give to anyone. These are things that you can create for yourself. Ebooks, guides, white papers, checklists, resource guide. So on your website, you want to have an area where after they give you their name, email address, you may want to get their phone number. You may want to get some other aspects of the lead to maybe quantify them to see if this is someone that you'd want to work with. If you're providing some type of information type service. You want to have that available on your website. Then you can have guides, white papers, checklists, resource guides. I love checklists. Everybody, you know, there's a great book called The Checklist Manifesto. Everybody loves checklists, and they want to make sure that everything that they're doing is complete. You know, let's say, let's think of something non-medical. Let's say you're a realtor and you want to help people move to Palm Springs, and you want to provide. Here's a checklist of what you need to know before moving to Palm Springs. That would be obviously that caters to someone that the realtor would probably want to work with if they're selling residential real estate in Palm Springs. So these are great lead magnets. What that'll do is it'll help get you build a nice email list for you, where then you can contact them later down the road. Again, no one is doing any overt selling at the beginning. You know, nobody likes to be sold at the beginning. They want to see if this is the person that can provide the information that I want. Then as you get further down the list, you got what we call validation lead magnets. So you'll have things like webinars, conferences you can do online, teleseminars, same thing, but using a phone or an audio aspect of it, podcasts. That might be a little bit more, of a more of an educational ones in terms of commitment. But it's still something that you may want to consider. Free trials. Maybe you offer some type of software as a service or some type of membership site. You can give a free trial, free consultations, free estimates. We see that all the time, right? In your home services, right? You get free estimates. Somebody who is coming to your house and getting a free estimate, that's somebody who is much more inclined to purchase your products or services. And as we see down here, it kind of correlates to what we're seeing in this buying cycle. And then, as you notice, as you're getting further down the funnel here, the ones who are the most ready to purchase right away, those are the looking for solutions. And those are the ones that, those guys are really committed. And these are what I like to call them as paid lead magnets. Sneak peeks of products, low cost consultation, or books. They've actually purchased something of you. They've spent money with you. That's somebody who is going to want to spend more services if you give them exactly what they're looking for, and if you're showing that you're worth the money that they're spending. So just wanted to give you an overview on the importance of lead magnets, give you some examples of lead magnets. Now I'm talking about how to create lead magnets. Well, all these things, there are different types of ways you could do it, but I'm going to focus on information because that's the one that is the most popular. It's the easiest to create. All we're talking about here is creating some type of guide. Again, these are something you could do on Microsoft Word or your favorite word processor. Get this created, put it into a PDF, and then have them be able to download it. It could be a video that you could create using what I'm doing here now, a YouTube video or such, but gives them where they don't get access until they give you something, in this case an email address. You can give them recordings. Again, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can again get and I always think, the first time you're doing this, you want to give it to yourself because nobody can really outsource the information that you want to provide or the service you want to provide. But then you can take that article. Let's say you're just going to write an article. Get that put it into a PDF or to an ebook form. You can then you can also take that article and then record it. Now you've got an audio. You can use that as a podcast. Or you could do what I'm doing here is create an article, put it as a PowerPoint presentation, and now you've got video. So you've got all these different ways that you can create these different lead magnets. And they don't have to be perfect. You're hearing this video right now. I'm just talking off the cuff. I'm slurring my words sometimes. I'm creating pauses where I shouldn't be. All those different things. It doesn't matter as long as the prospect knows. This guy or gal knows what he's talking about. They're going to want to find out more information from you. So you can go to the freelance sites as we talked about in the past, like Upwork.com, and they can put all this together for you in a nice package, create covers for your ebook, whatever you want. You can have that readily available to you. Then I wanted to give you some other resources. And again, this isn't 100%. If you know all about creating websites, more power to you. There are some paid services out there. that I've all used that can help create what I call funnels. So these are places; those are the ones who can make the boxes where they can name an email address. They can create web pages for you. They create these pages that just have this is here's your resource guide for Palm Springs, and you could put video and text and audio on this. Makes it all look professional. These are the type of companies, and I'll leave examples of links on the website too, so you can check out those. They're standalone products like Optimized Press, and there's monthly services like ClickFunnels and Lead Pages that do that for you. Highly encourage you to look at those because they make it a lot easier. There's also resources you're going to need in terms of email marketing. Again, you're collecting name and email address. You want to use these companies that can provide autoresponder services that allows you to blast emails out to your list. The top ones are more email marketing companies. The ones down below offer more of a not just email marketing but also other aspects in terms of sales. So you can track prospects, customers. A little bit more fancy, a lot more expensive, but something that you may want to keep a look at. So on this video, I just wanted to give you a brief summary of the importance of what I consider the cornerstone of an internet side business, and that's the lead magnet. Hope you got something out of it. I look forward to sharing you more information on our next video. And if you want to accelerate your learning and accelerate your training, I invite you to check out our website at income.md. We've got training, we've got content information, we have courses. We've got our most popular course is our online health business course that you can take advantage of there. Just check us out at income.md. We've been helping healthcare entrepreneurs for the last, nearly 10 years in helping them establish a successful internet business. So this is Dr. Michael Ming. I'll see you on the inside.